Thank you, Chairman Latta and Ranking Member Matsui, for holding today's hearing on the important and very timely subject of cybersecurity. And thank you to the witnesses for being here with us today. 3 weeks ago, Xfinity, which is owned by Comcast and provides broadband service to much of central Pennsylvania, including the 13th Congressional District, suffered a major data breach. More than 35 million consumers were affected by a third-party software vulnerability in which personal identifiable information was exposed. This breach included passwords, usernames, birth dates, and even partial Social Security numbers. While this attack was massive in scale, it was not unique. Right now, it is estimated that Americans face a cyber attack once every 39 seconds on nation's telecommunications infrastructure. The long-term effects of these data breaches can be devastating. Devastating to the individuals and devastating to the community at large, from everything from credit cards that are being opened in names to sensitive bank and medical information being exposed. We must make protecting Americans the private information, we must make that a priority here in Congress. And as we head into the second session of the 118th Congress, we have that opportunity, whether from cyber attacks or from foreign entities like the Chinese Communist Party-owned TikTok. This is information which will come under attack, and it is the congressional responsibility to address this. With regard to healthcare, as we continue to expand the use of telehealth services, we must ensure that patients have confidence that their data and their privacy are secure in order to use these tools and technologies effectively. Already in 2024, actually just 11 days into January, more than 500,000 Americans have been the victim of data breach from their healthcare provider. For patients in my district, being able to see a specialist via telehealth connection can be life-changing. And it is incumbent upon us in this committee to help ensure that the patient's privacy is protected during those visits. My first question is for you, Mr. Richburg. How would you evaluate the readiness of our current cybersecurity systems, specifically those in the healthcare field, against malicious actors and threats?
I look at the healthcare industry as an example of operational technology as opposed to an information technology heavy environment. They have a lot of IT, but in IT, sometimes cybersecurity can be one of your preeminent priorities. In operational technology, your priorities are safety, reliability, and security comes in a distant third. And that, unfortunately, is the reality in much of the medical industry, especially in hospitals. I was asked what keeps me awake at night. In terms of data that is compromised, I would put healthcare at the top of that list, because financial data, I can help you clean up your credit history. I can even give you a new Social Security number. If your medical data is irreplaceably yours, if someone commits fraud with that and your history is now commingled with someone else, you can be killed by the wrong blood type being pulled up in a hospital. So this is something that's vulnerable, it's hard to fix, and this is, I think, something where we need best practices, we need to help them with training, and these are the same institutions that in some places are facing closure because they simply find it hard to keep rural hospitals open.
Mr. Richburg, can you evaluate the readiness of our current cybersecurity systems, specifically those malicious actors, both foreign and from within? Mr. Richburg.
I'm sorry, evaluate the readiness of them?
Yes, the readiness of the particular programs.
Of the hospitals, I think, again, the large ones have got staff to do this, but small ones tend to lack cybersecurity expertise, and their equipment is focused more on operational readiness and patient care and not really on cybersecurity.
Mr. Butler, can you address for us, please, the nefarious actors who are currently attacking the cybersecurity, the ability of our information to remain safe? Are those mostly from within, or are those mostly from out the United States?
I think that, unfortunately for American consumers, they face a broad range of threats from cybercriminals. Cybercriminal networks operate across the globe, including, domestically and abroad, and unfortunately there's a really what kind of keeps me up at night is the robust capabilities that the criminals are building to develop and deploy malicious software attacks, phishing, ransomware as a service, right? To make it a sort of a cottage industry for cyber criminals. So I think that it's a broad range. It's not just abroad or domestic. And I think that, as I mentioned in my opening statement, the harms that American consumers suffer as a result of this are really severe and underscore the need for swift action.
I thank all of the witnesses for being present here today. My time has expired, and Mr. Chairman, I yield back.